Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're joining us this beautiful day. This is Diary of Hackers, episode 9. Oh my god, it's amazing to have had this wonderful episode. Since we started from May, we've been consistent with a great cybersecurity expert. This morning, we'll be having in our midst Recon, the first step of ethical hacking by a bug bounty expert. He is by name Shama Agor. I think I got that correctly. Yeah, Shama Agor. And he's a security researcher and a bug hunter at Hackerone. He will be taking us um, to understand how reconnaissance work and the importance of this technique. Um, Thank you very much, the beautiful attendees, for finding out time to join us this great morning. I was supposed to be in the farm now, but man, this is more important. After this, I'm going back to my farm. All right, guys, let's do this. Let me quickly run an overview of who the speaker is so we get to know him better. All right. He's passionate about development of efficient system and softwares, learning new and better ways of developing and maintaining the system to keep them securely. At night, he's a security researcher on HackerOne, or trying to gain root access in Hack the Box machine, and is open to a web uh, uh, okay, yeah. So he's a degree holder in a medical course, and one thing that amazes me is that he interestingly find himself better at SQL injection than the actual injection. Thank you very much, Shamagor, for joining us this beautiful morning. You have the floor, sir. Sorry, kindly enable your mic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Okay. Hi guys. Happy to meet all of you. Sorry about my lighting. I think we can still go on with this. So yeah. So I guess we're ready to start, right? Huh?
Sure,
Okay. So today we're gonna be talking about Recon. Sorry, let me just set up real fast.
All right.
Uh, Yeah, need to share my screen. All right. So we're gonna be talking about Recon. So let me just go straight to the slides. Um, all right. I guess everyone can see my screen now.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So yeah, Recon. First step of ethical hacking. Recon is a very important step when you're hacking because you don't want to hack a particular target blindly. You don't just want to go and throw everything at it. I think it would be very stupid to be looking for admin.php in an app that is built on Node.js and JavaScript. It will be it won't be nice because you'll be wasting a lot of times and just clogging the server logs. So that's why you need Recon to give you prior informations you can hack with. So although they introduced me, I think I will do a brief introduction for myself. My name is Shama Agwar, and I'm a bug bounty hunter, frequently on Hackerone, occasionally on Buckrab. Yeah, I'm a medical laboratory scientist. I graduated last year, and of course, I don't give actual injections, SQL injections only. Obviously, Nigerian, and you can hit me up on Twitter if you have any questions or anything after this whole event. My DMs are open. So, so this is the outline. We'll talk about the what, the why to Recon. Recon is very vast, and we can't talk about all aspect of Recon. If we were to talk about all aspect of Recon, this event will last one day. So, Recon is a very vast something, very vast. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can.
Hello.
We can hear. Yeah, we
Okay,
can
okay,
hear
okay,
you.
okay. Okay. Yeah, so we'll talk about the what and why to Recon, subdomain discovery, Google Dorking, Github Dorking, a little bit about bug bounties, and question and answer. So let's start going. So what was Recon? Recon is basically finding out information about your target. Yeah. The one thing about Recon is you want to know about what you're hacking. Let's use MTN online. Let's use MTN as an example. Let's say I have a contract to hack MTN. Like MTN wants me to pen test them. I won't just go blindly. I want to know all the assets MTN have online. I want to know their source code repos on GitHub. I want to know the subdomains they have. I want to know a lot of stuff about them. Now, when you're recording, the information you're looking out for could be assets, contents, or behaviors. Assets in sense of I want to know other web applications owned by MTN on the internet. Content in the sense that okay, I want to know the directories that MTN has in their web applications. For example, let's say I'm on mtnonline.com. I want to know if there is an admin endpoint, if there is a user endpoint, if there is a backend endpoint and stuff, and behaviors too. You want to know how MTN names their stuff. Let's say we'll see a parameter called URL underscore file. If you see a parameter called URL underscore file, and you see that this is how MTN names their stuff, you can brute force intelligently by trying to brute force URL underscore link, URL underscore source, because that's how they name their content, is their behavior. You want to look at for that stuff because if they are naming their stuff like that and you're looking for file only, link only, you won't find anything. Meanwhile, it's actually there, but in the form of URL underscore link, because that's how the developers at MTN behave. That's how they write code. You know, at all these companies, they have a way to write code. They each company for each company it's unique. The way you name your variables, the way you do your stuff. So you want to know those things. Those are the behaviors. Now the why to recon makes you discover the least point of entry. Okay, I could remember on a private program on Hackerone, I did a lot of subdomain brute forcing, and when I did this subdomain brute force, I found these really old assets, really old asset. Like the copyright folder on that asset was 2015, and we're in 2000. Well, I found that bug last year, and this is 2019. I'm seeing an asset that's the copyright is 215. That means it's an old asset, and it was very easy to pop. It was very easy to get an XSS. So it's very easy to get an XSS and XSS and directory disclosure.
All right. I think we have a network glitch. I'm just trying to contact him now. Well, when it's getting interesting. Uh, okay, so yeah, he's trying to get in. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Trust me, this session is gonna be an amazing one. As in, it's already started with giving us. Uh, okay, okay, all right. Yeah, so it's already setting up. Yeah, so you guys can just um please take notes, and he's a very resourceful person, and it's amazing to have him report to United States Department of Defense, and you know you will want to hear from that kind of a person and know how the game is. Yeah, so he's already joining. Sorry for that glitch. So for those just joining Diary of Hackers for the first time, this is what we are. We are a community of cybersecurity enthusiasts and students trying to share knowledge and across ourselves by inviting other experts to come and teach us what they know and share experience of ethical hacking and cybersecurity experience per se. So I think the last one we had was cybersecurity compendium. Oh wow, you gotta check that out on our YouTube channel at Diary of Hackers. Just search Diary of Hackers. You gotta get it. Although I will send the YouTube the YouTube channel to us before the end of the session. So his by name Zio Sham. His DM is open on Twitter. You can reach him and tell him, "Oh yeah, I'm from Diary of Hackers. I got your presentation and it's amazing. So I would want to know more. To know more, you can. I just drop this username on the chat box. You can just DM him, and you can also follow us. Please follow us on Diary of Hackers. Okay,
Yeah,
right, he's back. All right,
yeah.
welcome, sir.
Sorry guys. I don't know
Yeah.
what happened. I just got logged off and my system
Okay.
froze and everything.
All
So
right. Sorry about that.
let me go back. Yeah, yeah. So can see. Let me share my screen. You can see my screen now, right? Can you see my screen? And you can hear me too. Oh, okay. Um. So let me go back. All right. Um. So yeah, I was here and I was talking about the least point of entry, and I gave an example of a bug I found on the program. Also, Recon can also help you let you know what to focus on because
Kindly, sorry, you can kindly enable your video.
okay, my video. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's perfect.
So as I was saying, so Recon it lets you know what to focus on because like I said, after you do the recon and you find the kind of assets um, the company has, you find that okay, this app is coded with PHP. You'll be looking for PHP files, excuse me, and things related to PHP. That's what recon does for you because if you don't know about that, you will just be wasting your time, a lot of time doing nothing. So let's just go to subdomain discovery. So what is subdomain? Right? This is exactly what a subdomain is. Say we have mtnonline.com. A subdomain of mtnonline.com would be www.mtnonline.com, mpers.mtnonline.com, musicplus.mtnonline.com. I'm sure most of you have seen this kind of stuff where you see if you visit a site on your desktop, it's www.thesite.com. If you visit it on a mobile phone, it will be m dot like something like that. This is what a subdomain is. Now you can get subdomains two ways. You can either scrap it or you can brute force. Now tools that will help you to do that are Asset Finder, AMAS, Find Domain. There are a lot of tools for subdomain brute forcing and scrapping. I have the ones I use. During the practical session, I will show you on how most of this is done. So basically, the reason you're looking for subdomains is most times subdomains are less secure than the main domain. And remember, you need the least point of entry. You need the place that is less secure so that you can poke the company. For example, people that hack on Verizon Media, also called Yahoo, Yahoo has a lot of subdomains, like a lot of garbage subdomains on the internet, and most times this is the way we pop Yahoo. I haven't gotten a bug at Yahoo. Most of my reports that I've sent were duplicate, but I all found all those duplicate reports on a subdomain because the subdomains are less secured than the main domain. That's simply how it is. It will be harder to find a bug on facebook.com, but it will be easier to find a bug on qa.dev.test.facebook.com because it's given less attention than the main Facebook domain. So now there's something another way to discover assets is Google Docking. Now everybody knows Google is a search engine, but you can refine Google to give you specific results. This is what Google Docking is about. For example, using site mtnonline.com in URL equals to 5. Now you can use
Oh yeah, I think we are frozen again. Okay. Oh, he'll be joining us soon. Okay, yeah. So he'll be joining us soon. Wow, this is amazing to note that subdomain are less secure than the main domain because it's not giving more attention. So what he's trying to say is that we should try and guess the the least point of entry. So can be like the ones that are having dot a dot b are less secure than the one that are having just facebook.com. All right, so it's trying to, sorry about that, we are very sorry. Technical issue, we are in Nigeria, but trust me, we are doing better. All right, so it's trying to make use of another alternative so we can have a permanent stability on the platform. So for those that are just joining us, welcome Shitu, welcome Stanley, welcome Eric. It's amazing to have you guys on board. All right. So Rootfish, I see you. Honlio, Dolapo, Olumide, Kelvin, Bolaji, Solomon King. I can see you are ruling. All right, thank you guys. He's trying to join in a minute's time. He'll be back. So Diary of Hackers, I think we are doing amazingly well in trying to bring industry experts right to your phone, just and you interact with them. So this section, we have a question and answer session at the end of the session for 20 minutes. So you can start dropping your questions so we can please use the Q&A mode of chat so that we can easily address them as they come. So Diary of Hackers, the next session we'll be having by God's grace will be where we can have an exclusive interview with a bug hunter, because this month we are considering web security and web hacking. So um so it will be like a ask me anything session, and you'll be like you'll have the opportunity to ask the experts anything concerning bug hunting. If you are just starting on bug hunting, trust me, you are doing well. So you can earn. I just signed up on hackerone.com yesterday. Don't tell anybody. All right, I just signed up on hackerone.com. Although I found some bug, but I've never reported because I don't know the right channel too. So this session will help you to have an overview of what you can do, how to achieve. It just gave us some nice tools, asset discovery, how you can find those assets, and then the techniques is already giving us. I think is still in line. All right, so be back soon. Sorry about the delay. So guys, just take some minutes to follow us on our YouTube channel. Okay, fine. Thank you so much. I think it's back. Welcome, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Guys, I think this is something that has to do with my RAM. Seems like the video plus the screen sharing and everything is really stressing my RAM. Hey, they just said I'm in only audio mode. I don't really get why.
Okay, I think network warrants it. Like if your network is not too stable, I think you can just switch off the video and let's get going. It's
Okay.
okay like this. So just screen your you can share your screen.
Okay. Oh, well, I'm actually sharing my screen.
Oh, you're sharing your screen right now?
Yeah, can you see it?
No. I think it's network, but you
Uh,
can go ahead, sir.
I think
It
I'll
will
see.
restore when the network is good.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it will restore when
Uh,
the network is good.
Sorry about this network stuff. So I was talking about subdomains. You're basically looking for subdomains that are less protected and everything. Subdomains where, yeah, let me turn this video off. Yeah, turn the video off and let me turn screen sharing. Yeah, they said Firefox cannot permanently access your screen. Oh,
Okay. All right. What will happen
okay,
is
okay.
I will turn. Okay.
Wait.
You've got.
Yeah, it seems so. Um,
All right. Fine.
can you can see my screen now, right?
Yeah. Sure. Sure. We can.
Yeah, you're seeing the slides.
Very clear.
Oh, okay. So you're looking for subdomains on as I was saying, you can use tools like Asset Finder, AMARS, and Find Domain. Now, this is an example. Look at mtnonline.com. It has MTN Speed Test 1, MTN Speed Test 2, Do Not Disturb, VDC. There are lots of them. And from the way these subdomains are named, you can see that they don't receive quite the amount of attention mtnonline.com will receive. So you need these subdomains because if you have a remote code execution in one of these subdomains, now these subdomains might be sitting on the same server as mtnonline.com. So because you have an ROCE here, a remote code execution on one of these subdomains, you can use it to pivot inside of the mtnonline.com and you've owned the entire system. This is what it is. So I was at Google Dorking. So for Google Dorking, basically you're using Google to find information about your target, and if you see this site query and the search query over here, you see site. Now this site star mtnonline.com is telling Google that refine all your searches from MTN Online. Your searches should only contain results from mtnonline.com. Now in URL part is telling Google every result you bring in the URL part must have this must have the word part in its URL, like www.mtnonline.com/home, maybe question mark part equals to user, all those kind of stuff. It must have this stuff. Yeah, there are many Google Docker queries. There is exe for extension, there is file type, there are lots of them. If you Google for Google Docking, you will see a lot. One thing about hacking is you need to Google a lot. You need to Google about stuff you don't know, and even about stuff you know, to be sure that how you know them is correct. So let me go to the next one. Yeah, the next one is GitHub Docking. Now, GitHub is a place where developers, they store their code. A lot of developers use, in fact, 90% of developers use GitHub. The others use Bitbucket, SVN, and GitLab. But GitHub is very popular. A lot of organizations use GitHub. Now, companies and their employees, sometimes they trip up and they push critical information to GitHub, such as AWS keys for AWS, API keys, authorization tokens, and a whole lot of stuff. For example, I just did this GitHub query, MTN Online API key, and you can see somewhere in the code somebody disclosed their API key for MTN Mobile Money. You can see it over here, and the subscription key. Now, if this person is paying for this key, that means I can also use this key without this person's knowledge. Why this person will be paying? Now, maybe this is this person's own carelessness, but sometimes MTN Online or the company itself can release a lot of valuable information that you can use. I've seen people find GitHub token on GitHub and giving them access to the company's entire private GitHub. That means you can see the company's code, everything. I've seen people give I've seen people report AWS keys, Argolia search keys, Slack hook web tokens, a lot of stuff on GitHub. This is another query you can use. The one thing with GitHub token is you need to be looking for sensitive stuff like .env environment variables. You want to look for that. You want to look for DB password secret, our AWS secret. You want to look for authorization bearers, all this stuff, because you can use this stuff. For let's say you visit something.admin, okay, mtnonline.admin.com, and it gives you a 403 status code. A 403 status code meaning that you can't access this place. And all of a sudden, you take that domain and you go to GitHub and you see and you dock it with, let me say, authorization bearer, and then they show you a result where there is an authorization token, and you use the authorization token, put it in your HTTP headers, and you request that same admin endpoint again, and before you know it, it opens. How did you pop it? Because you could get an authorization token from GitHub. So a lot of the time, the developers trip up and they release a lot of stuff on GitHub. Let's go to the next one. Okay, I'm sorry about the session. It's quite short because Recon is very vast. If we go into everything we all know about Recon, like everything I know about Recon, it will be very, very long. And there are people that knows more about Recon. So Recon is it's a continuous process. You keep doing things, automating the ones you can, and manuals the ones you cannot. So I want to talk about a little bit about bug bounties. Now, I think most of you already know what bug bounties are. I think so. But for those that don't, it's basically get paid to hack on organizations that want you to hack them. I would have shown you guys some of my bug bounty payouts, but they are private programs, so I can't show them. So I just get this. I got the screenshot from publicly disclosed bugs on Hackerone. As you can see, $250, $2,000, $5,000. Now, it's not easy. I must confess, it's not easy, but it's something that you can keep yourself busy with. And the whole benefit of it is, as you're trying to hack applications, you're learning. As you're learning, if you find a bug, you get paid. If you don't find a bug, you're learning and you're preparing yourself to get employed. So it's a win-win situation. It's a win-win situation. And I learned a lot of stuff from disclosed reports and other stuff. So I think that's all. I love questions, obviously. Yeah, cool. Have you guys been hearing me? Hello, hello.
Sure, sure, sure.
Oh,
Hi, can
okay.
you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. So
All right, fine.
I think I'm done with the slides. I think I
All
should
right,
be in
sir.
the chat. Yeah, you were about saying something.
Yeah, if you can proceed with the practical
Is that
section.
okay?
If you can
Fine,
proceed with
fine.
the practical section.
Let's go to the practical section. So guys, I'm gonna log into my VPS. Please do not try to enforce my VPS password. Of course, you can't do that. I'm just joking, but yeah. Okay, we are in my VPS. So the first thing you can see the screen, right?
Sure, sure.
So now the first thing I did was the first thing I talked about was subdomains. So let's pick MTN Online. So let's say I want to find subdomains of MTN Online. There are many tools. There is AMAS, there is Find Domain, there is Asset Finder. I will just use Asset Finder and Find Domain since they are very quick. So I'll do something like Asset Finder. First of all, you have to install Asset Finder. If you don't have it, you can just Google Asset Finder on GitHub, and if you have Go installed in your system, you can just do go get the link to Asset Finder GitHub. So I can do something like Asset Finder. One thing about hacking, you really need to know how to use your command line. And even if you install a new tool and you don't know how to use the tool, there is always this -h option that helps you, that shows you information about how to use the tool. Let's say I've not used Asset Finder before and I want to use it. I can do something like Asset Finder -h. This -h is help, and you see it shows me usage of Asset Finder. Yeah, this is how you use it. So I can now do Asset Finder minus subs minus subs minus sub only mtnonline.com mtnonline.com, and look at it, we now have a lot of MTN subdomains. Of course, these are the subdomains we have on MTN Online. Now, it wouldn't make sense to just now when you have all these subdomains, you can't just be visiting each of them one by one to see which one is online, because some of them are not online, some of them are dead domains. So I use a tool called HTTP probe to check for HTTP server. So what I will just do is I'll get the subdomains again with Asset Finder and pipe it. This is the bash command for pipe. What it means is it will take this whole output and pipe it into the next command. Like it will make it the input of the next command. So I'll do something like HTTP probe, and let's see. Yeah, that you can see these are the ones that are online. These are the ones that if you visit on your browser, it will open. So let me stop this. Yeah. So let's say we've seen all these subdomains. Let's take. Sorry, I have running nose and everything. Okay, let's pick this one. webgame.mtnonline.com. We are sure that it's online because it has an HTTP running web server. If you watch out, all the subdomains that are found, they are not the ones that are showing online here because some of them are there. So let me go back to my browser and I'll just paste the subdomain And let's see what's there. Oh, welcome to Teco SOAX. From what you can see that this subdomain is less. There is less attention to it. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you very clear.
Okay. Yeah, you see.
A bit of sorry, a disclaimer. This is an educational platform, so we
Yeah.
are not liable for anything that you
No, no,
understand.
no, no. We are not hacking MTN. All the I've checked
No, I'm
all
just
these
talking to the
places.
attendees. I'm
Okay,
talking to the
okay, yeah,
attendees
yeah.
now. Yeah,
Okay, okay, yeah.
yeah. Thank you. You can write on, sir.
Okay, somebody called Kelvin Johnson. Sorry, just asked a question. Is this an active or passive record? This is both active and passive in the sense that we're actually sending something to the web server. So as we're sending something to the web server, it's active because this request we just sent over here, it will be in MTN's log. But on the other end, it's passive because we did not try to check for their DNS name. We actually scrapped this subdomain. Asset Finder does not. Asset Finder only scraps subdomains from the internet, from Alien Vault, from Virus Total, and all those services that stores domains. So it's kind of it's kind of a mixture of active and passive. Nice question anyway. Um, Now, okay, this is welcome to Teco's SOS. So I have a tool that kind of helps me know what the site is running on. This is Waplizer. Okay, it's built on Nginx, Nginx. I don't know how they really pronounce this, but I call it Nginx. It's a web server. It's also using an Nginx reverse proxy. Okay, this is cool, and we can see that this subdomain is, it looks old. Imagine just a header and a white text. Compare it to this mtnonline.com. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Compare it to this. You can tell that this one has so much attention, so much. MTN are just killing themselves on this subdomain. They are doing all their best, as in working on it every day. All right. So this place is a list point of entry, this particular subdomain. So but as you can see, we can't find anything interesting. So I'll just open the console over here and see if I can find anything interesting in the comments. Okay, nothing, just this in the headers. Nothing of any interest. Cool. So let's take this subdomain now, and the next thing we did was Google Dorking. So let's try to Google Doc on this subdomain. So I'll just change this to site. Let's see what Google will give us about this subdomain. Okay, Google only gave us their welcome page. That means much information is not on this website. Now, this is an easy bug I've reported before. Look at what Google is asking me here now. Do you own webgame.mtnonline.com? Get the indexing and ranking data from Google. Now, there was this private program I was hacking on, though they don't pay bounty, they are a VDP. I saw this stuff when I searched a particular subdomain belonging to them, and then I went to the web app, and this web app has a forum functionality that allows you to kind of put limited HTML tags. You can use some HTML tag in the forum, and for you to register a particular domain on Google console, for you to show that you're the owner, Google gives you a particular HTML you should insert in that domain. So I used that HTML and I inserted it on the forum, and I was able to get their Google indexing data and everything. Though they said is not of much importance, but they accepted it, and I got 7 points from that. So obviously this domain doesn't have much about it. So let's pick another domain from here. Let me see this game.mtn online. Game.mtn online. Yeah. Okay. This looks kind of cool. So let's Google Doc on here. Yeah. So let's see. Nothing much. Oh, we can just expand our by doing start.mtn online.com. And okay, fine, you can see that we can find other MTN owned subdomains too via Google using that endpoints this that. So let's look for a particular domain that has the word paths in URL paths. Cool. Now this paths, the reason I'm looking for this is sometimes the app might be taking this parameter. Whatever you give to this parameter, it looks for a file called that. Let's say I give this parameter home.txt to look for a file called home.txt. So if I give this parameter something like etc password, that means I will get the etc password of that particular server. So that's why you're looking for parameters like this. Of course, this is not written in stone. It doesn't mean that every path parameter will behave like that. But we know that these are parameters that are likely to behave like that. So we'll look for them. So as you can see, this particular URL now contains the path parameter. Look at the bottom of my screen where it looks like the URL is showing. And the bottom, I can't really remove my mouse there because it will stop. But if you look at the bottom of the screen, you can see something like paths equals to 1. Let me just copy this link. Copy link. Then I'll open it in another tab. Okay, and then let me go back. This is the link I copied. Yeah, and you can see, look at the paths parameter. This %3d you're seeing here is actually equals to this URL encoding. So you can see the paths equals to 1. Let me go back here. Look at the bottom of the screen. You're saying that paths equals to 1. So that's the same thing here. So for a good thing to do here is I'm saying paths equals to 1. I'll just try something like paths slash etc. I hope this doesn't work, but I'm pretty sure it will not work. Something like this. And okay, they are giving us a redirect notice. The page you are trying to send this is blah blah. Okay, look at it. You can see path etc password. Are you saying you give path etc password here? So let's see what will happen. Obviously MTN. What the fuck? Okay, good. We didn't get an etc password file because I would have closed this stuff, but we just got an error. Why are you seeing how it's done? We just got an error because it was expecting 1 from here. If you watch at from here, look at the bottom of the screen, the path parameter, it was expecting an integer 1 2 3, and we gave it something like a string. So it's kind of threw an error, and we can see it's running on Apache Tomcat. So now you see how you got an information about the server. You found out that it's running on Java, it's running on Apache Tomcat. Remember the first time let me show you something. Okay, not here, but you can see that it's running on Apache Contact, Hussein Catalina, Spring Framework. So now we know what this is running on. Now we know that okay, our priority here should be Java-based vulnerability, since it's running on Java and the likes. You guys can hear me, right? Because I can't hear anybody.
We
It's almost
can,
like,
we can,
uh,
we can, we can hear you, sir.
okay, okay.
We are enjoying the session, so everybody is like,
Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, cool. So as you can see, because of that, we've thrown. Oh, they are using a free maker template. They are using that part parameter. I can get I can get okay, okay. I myself right now I'm excited. Though MTN doesn't pay, they have a VDP, but yeah. Now you see from this error here, you can see my mouse stuff, right? Hello. From this
yeah, yeah, we
from
can.
Yeah, yeah, from here you can see free marker template error. That means
Yeah,
this stuff is running, it's using a template. So I can prioritize template injection. Can you see how we do this stuff?
yeah, yeah.
Because from Recon now and Google Dorking, subdomain, Google Dorking, we found an endpoint using free markup, which is a template engine. That means I can prioritize template injection. So I can come here now and let me go over to that path parameter. I can do something like okay, yeah, I can do something like let me see something seven times seven times seven. The reason I'm doing this 7 times 7 is I want to see if the template will give me 49. That means the template is actually processing this parameter, because 7 times 7 is 49, I think so. So let me click on that. Okay, the template didn't do anything. So now this is one thing with hacking. Let's say I don't know about this free maker template, because obviously I don't know much about it. So I will just Google free maker template injection and see how it is done. Okay, here is okay, server side template injection. Here is a blog about it. Yeah, let me close this. Here is a blog about it. Okay, okay, they didn't give us the payload. We are more interested in the payload. So let me see. Let's check the first place. Free maker. Okay, okay. I want to see how the injection is done. Yeah. Okay, this person got a remote code execution from this. Okay, I think I've seen one way to do it. So let me go back to the path parameter and just put this. There is that dollar sign. Put the dollar sign. Let's see if it calculates it. It still gives us that error. Okay, let's go back. Remove one of this. Remove one of this, and let's see what it does. Still given the same error. Okay, this is the error. Okay, let me read another blog. So this is basically how people hack. You just keep googling and looking for information related to what you just saw. Let me see here. Okay, let me copy this. Okay, this payload here is an OS command, so I'll just do this. Okay, I know what I'll do. So let me try this and see if it works. If it doesn't work, I'll try something else. So I'll do something like sorry, let me look at that stuff again. Okay. Okay. Let me do something like path. Path here. Let me try. Let me see if I can get an OS command. If config. Yeah, something like this. For example, it's still not working. So maybe they have a protection in place and all those kind of stuff. I can't really exhaust everything I can do on this webinar, but I'm pretty sure if I go back to look at this in a day or two, I can actually pop it. But I won't, because MTN does not pay anything. They only tell you thank you, and I'm sure in Nigeria you can't buy anything with thank you. So I'm not, when I want to subscribe data, I don't send them thank you. Okay, so all right,
Yeah.
let's just leave this. But this is basically what Google Dorking is all about. So I'll go to GitHub. Yeah, github.com. Github.com. Okay, on GitHub, oops, let me search GitHub. So I can do something like this site. Oh, sorry, I don't use site. You use mtnonline.com. Now the reason I'm wrapping this around quotes here is so that every result I get must have mtnonline.com in it. So if I do something like mtnonline.com and I do something like secrets, is that how they spell secret? I think so. Oh, no repo was found with this. So let me change it to password. Alright, let me remove this mtnonline.com and just keep it at mtn. Okay, we have 3 issues now. No repo still found. Let me check on API. Nothing found. It seems MTN has limited online presence. I think it's 2 days ago, while I was preparing this slide, I found an API key over here. Seems I need to log into my GitHub, and I don't really know my password offhand, but it's stored somewhere in Chrome. Oh, let me use another organization. It's still the same thing. Let's say Junior, for example. Junior, something like password. We're still getting issues. I don't want to be getting issues. API. Okay. This is just showing us repos and all the stuff. The thing about this is you can use this to get a lot of valuable information. If I do something like PayPal and I do something like API key, okay, you can see over here commits. If you go to the commit, in some of these commits, you'll see that some 1 or 2 persons are disclosing their PayPal API key, which can be the company. Okay, over here is not disclosed. Let me check here. Okay, look at this person. It's disclosing 1 or 2 things: the client ID, the client secret, and something like this. Sometimes the company employees can be the one doing this. You can do something like let me go over here, PayPal or PayPal. Now I've seen the now it only show me results about PayPal. Then I go to users. Okay, look at PayPal. When I go to this users PayPal, I click on PayPal, and now I can refine my search to PayPal alone. I can look for API key. And let me check this code. Even if you're showing Christian mark, it looks like, oh, the reason I can't see codes is I'm not logged in. Some of those searches I did, they were actually returning codes. I'm not logged in. If I was using my Chrome, I would have seen the results because I'm logged in Chrome. But I don't want to open my Chrome. Everything will freeze. Chrome is eating RAM like really, really crazy. So this is it. Now let me what else? GitHub Dorking. I think we've done a little bit of practical section. One thing after getting all these subdomains that are live, another thing you can do is take screenshots, brute force for hidden directories. Okay, let me show you something. Can anybody remember that domain that I checked that was just an empty page? I think I've forgotten it. Does anyone remember it? Okay, I
I
think
think
it's
it's WAP. Is it WAP game?
WAP game, yeah. Okay. Now let's look for content on WAP game. We can do something like for let me see. Oh sorry. Proof of minus u. That is not how it is spelled. I'm using this tool called foof to brute force for hidden directory. So foof minus u. I'll paste that domain. I'll look for first. Um, I have my own word list I use, so I'll use that word list over here. And do something like word list text. So and I start brute forcing. So I'm looking for hidden something. Okay, console is still redirecting. Let me see all these domains the saying we have. So the domain is paste and go. Now they said we have the path console. So let me check if I'll see anything. Console page does not exist. So we didn't find anything interesting. Oh, from this stuff, the page does not exist. Let me see. The next thing they do is the next thing they told us. Okay, portal. Let me see. Portal. Did you notice anything? Portal redirected to lightportal.portal. But now it's not showing anything. Sorry, let me try something. I think these people they are let me try something. Domain zip the I want to try something. Okay, I thought they were requesting this at the back end, like they were as they are pending a slash on anything you put. So I thought they were making a request at the back end, and I wanted to maybe try some SSRF attack. That zip.io resolved to a local address, so it will show me their local host. Okay, well you can see so, but let's pick some other one. I'll need to scrub my terminal. Let me see this API store. For example, API store. Let me copy this. Copy. Come back here. And let me run foof again. Let me see if we'll see anything. Desktop error. mobile, nothing of interest again. So one thing to do is since they said mobile is alive, I can try to fuse to brute force on the mobile endpoint again, see if I'll see anything. I've seen error. I've seen index.html. Have you seen? Now look at the. So there is. Remember, all these other ones didn't show us anything, but now we can tell that there is something called let me paste it. API store mobile index.html, and it should show us taking time to open. Yeah, there's index.html here. Okay, I think it has opened. Nope. Connection time that. So they are redirecting us to somewhere else. Let me go back again. Paste mobile index.html. Well, so sometimes when stuff like this happen, you don't just rely on your browser. So I'm gonna use call and see what happens. Um, I'm gonna use call on NCM mobile index.html. Let me see. Okay, that place is just returning a redirect. Like you can see, it's returning HTTP refresh content URL equals. This is what it's doing. It's just redirecting us. That's why when you, if I visit it again, you see it will take you to that. Let me show you what I mean. Paste mobile index.html. You see what it's doing. Yeah. So this is what it's just doing over here, redirecting us to this M service FTL mobile blah 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 dot action. Look at it over here. You see that it has redirected us to that place, and there is no website we're running here or something like that. One thing about when you're hacking and when you're doing recon is you have to think smart. Like you have to think like a criminal actually, and you have to think like a developer too. So let's say as I'm saying this API store MTN online service FTI mobile non-auth, what do I do? Oh, I'm saying home.action. Maybe admin.action might work. That's how that's how it's done basically. If admin.action does not work, this is no auth. Maybe auth okay, sorry, let me auth and go over here, home.action. Maybe that might work. Just something like that. I'm not saying it will work here, but this is how it is. You try everything. It's better to try something and it doesn't work when you're hacking than to assume it will not work and you don't try it. So that's basically that. Sorry. Okay. So that's basically all that it is. Let me log out of here. Yep. It's raining. I hope it's raining. Touch my gem. So any questions?
All right. Thank you very much for that amazing session. Trust me, I've learned a lot, and I'm sure the attendees have learned also.
Yeah.
So we have some question here.
Okay.
Uh, all right. Although we have answered it, like where did you get the word list from, and how did you create the word list?
Okay.
That's your own
Okay.
personalized word list.
Okay. My own personalized word list. I created it from outsourcing for word lists on Twitter. Um, parts that I've seen that are very common, but a good place to start when it comes to word list is checklist. I think I can stop sharing my screen, right?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay. A good place to start when it comes to word list is checklist. You can just go to GitHub checklist. They have a lot of word lists, so you can start from there. And the more you use them, the frequent ones you see that whenever you poke it at, whenever you throw it at an app, it renders something. You start compiling those ones into your word list. That's how it's done. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir. There's another question here. That how do you keep track of all these
How do I do
payloads?
what?
Keep track of all these
How do I keep
payloads.
track of payloads? So one wrong thing
Yeah.
to get about hacking is to think that payloads that matter. Payloads don't. I don't keep track of payloads. What I do is, let's say I'm looking for SQL injection. There's no need throwing exotic payloads, polygons payloads, and all those things. I just try one or two things that I know can pop, can cause an SQL error and all the rest. So when I try them, if it causes an error, fine, I know that okay, SQL injection is there. That is when I'll look for payloads to exploit it. Or let's say you're looking for XSS, you see that script is blocked, but other stuffs are rendered on the site. That's when you can start looking for payload, and there are a lot of places to see payload on GitHub. You don't need to store them in your head. Seriously, you cannot store all the payloads. It's not possible. So you just, once you see that okay, this is how it's behaving, you can go to GitHub. Okay, you know that maybe this is exploitable. You go to GitHub or anywhere you can see payloads. Take the payload and fire it down there. It doesn't make sense. You just see an app and you see a search bar and you're throwing script source this dash that. That's not how it's done. So yeah, I don't really keep track of payloads. Another question.
Yeah. Do you use a physical laptop or a cloud-based system?
I use for where I do my recon and brute forces.
Yeah, yeah.
I use a VPS, a cloud-based VPS. If you do it on your laptop, NTN will see that you're sending 1 million requests or 20,000 requests per second, and they will know definitely this is not a human being, and they will shut you out, and you won't be able to access the internet for quite some time. And another thing, I use my VPS because some website they are behind WAPs like Cloudflare and Akamai. And if one Akamai site bans you, you cannot access any other Akamai site, any site behind Akamai for at least 1 hour or 2 hours. You don't want, imagine you're using a public Wi-Fi in your house. You don't want every other person to not be able to access the internet because of you, because you want to hack. So it's better to use a VPS. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what VPS do you use, sir?
I use Digital Ocean because it's cheap, $5 a month. That's what I use. Other people
Okay.
use Linode. Then some people use AWS. I cannot use AWS because one, their charges are outrageous. If your surname somehow ends with Dangote, that's cool. You can use that, but me, I cannot. I cannot do that. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. All right. All right. Thank you very much. I think we have so we have to run though. Okay. Any other question can be forwarded to me, so I will get in contact with him and get it back,
Yeah,
get the answer back for you. So, but one
yeah,
last question.
okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's not a question though. You have the recorded video on our YouTube channel. So I think I posted the YouTube channel URL. I will repost it so you can just check and you get the videos.
Oh, I bet people watching it will be like, "What's the worry this guy laptop in the come out of that?"
No. We can edit that part.
Oh,
We can
okay.
do that.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay, guys. In case anybody has other questions, you want to know how to go on with bug bounties, what you can do, and all the rest, you can always hit me up on Twitter. I created a Discord group for Nigerian bug hunters. So yeah, if you can always hit my Twitter DMs are open. Anybody can message me. So yeah, thank you for having me. I really, really appreciate you guys.
All right. Thank you so much. You see, as the rain is falling, that's how the your blessings will be, and more and more
Amen.
and more. All right. So,
Amen.
somebody was saying, you wouldn't mind a little recap about you and how you got into the
Hacking. Oh,
defense
okay,
system
okay.
of the US.
Okay. What happened is I found a a particular config file exposed, and that config file. Okay, let me just give an actual story. It's somehow sharp. So I've been poking at US Department of Defense and I wasn't able to find anything. Then I found a subdomain that has something to do with Africa. And I was like, okay, since this has something to do with Africa, and I know these white folks, they see Africa as kind of a lesser form of human beings, and this whole racism and all this thing stuff. So they see Africa like this. So I was like, probably they will neglect this particular domain so much. So I went to the domain, did one of just brute forcing, looking for hidden directories, and I found a config file that contains database passwords, admin credentials, and other stuff. And that was just what I got. And after I got that bug, I never looked at them anymore because that was my first bug, and I needed something to get me private invite. I'm totally in for bug bounty for the money. So yeah, if you're not paying, I'm not helping you, and I don't care about keeping the internet safer.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I thought the
Uh,
person was asking how I got started with hacking or something.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. You can actually give us that as well.
oh, okay. How I got started with hacking? Okay, 2014 when I got admission to study my medical course, I never knew anything about computers. I never knew anything about programming. Nothing. In fact, ignorance is a very bad thing. When my one of my cousins told me he was studying computer science, let me just give you my reply that I gave him. I was like, dude, you don't have sense. So you went to school to study how to use Microsoft Word and how to use PowerPoint. Something that so that was what I thought it was. So sometime around 2:15, so I was talking to this girl and in the night at night class, and we were kind of talking about our future, and I just said I have plans to build app for Ajip, a company called Ajip, to pay their staff. I do not know how to build app. I don't know how they build app. In fact, I've never seen where they are building app. I just said it, and when I go home, I was like, how is this done? How is this done? And I started researching. They said, okay, you need to learn a programming language. Which one is the easiest? They said Python, and then I started with a book called Learn Python the Hard Way. After that, after I did Python before I know I was doing JavaScript. All of a sudden, I went into algorithms and data structures. I was actually doing competitive programming on code forces, doing algorithms, and it requires a lot of math. So I started reading math stuff and all the rest. After I did that algorithm for some time, the Russian guys and all those people from Belarus, I think they are born with math textbooks in their head, so they are so better, and I couldn't really make it over there. So I came back to JavaScript. So sometime around 2018, I was just browsing Hacker News, Y Combinator, and then I saw that Google paid a guy called Ezekiel Pereira $30,000 for a remote code execution. I was like, what is
Wow.
this? What is this?
Hmm.
$30,000. I started. I emailed that guy because his email was on the blog. So I emailed him and he was like, he learned by reading Wikipedia. That was how the whole bug bounty stuff started. I started researching, reading. I got to know of Hackerone. I signed up on Hackerone on Bokrad without knowing anything. I started reading Web Application Hackers Handbook. Started reading blogs. Went on Twitter like that. So I was reading till I went for hospital posting. So I couldn't hack actually. So even in the hospitals there, I was always with my food, everything. Then my final year came and my project started, and I couldn't really hack. But I've already found the bug on U.S. Department of Defense, but I wasn't really hacking. So my final year project, and I had to work with 60 rats, and so there was no time and all those things. So after I finished my project, I went back. But during my project and all these things, although I wasn't actively participating on bug bounty program, I was doing hack the box, where you kind of try to root machines and everything. I was doing hack the box. So after that, that was just pretty much. I kept on getting better and better and better and improving until today. Until today, I'm still improving and trying to get the best of everything.
Wow. That's an interesting. You mean you work with 60 rats?
Yes. 60.
Okay,
You have
yeah,
to
that's
feed
nice.
all of them, clean their poops and everything. So
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you very much, sir. And so, the Discord link, sir. I
yeah.
think you can just drop it up for us, or
Okay,
you can
okay.
send it to me. So I'll email it to all the participants. Thank you, guys. You guys can, we are doing well, but trust me, there's no money for this, and we aren't giving the the speakers anything, but we need to appreciate them. In case you have a corporate body or any company you can reach out to support what we are doing, you can just hit me up on info@diaryofhackers.com, or you check Moses Joshua 72 at gmail.com. Please do well to follow us on our Twitter handle on Diary of Hackers. You can also join our group. We have a very active group on Telegram, t.me/Diary of Hackers. Our website still remains diaryofhackers.com. So we share interesting stories of how experts got into the field and their experience. Thank you so very much, Mr. Zilsham. I think
Sham,
Zilsham
yeah,
is okay. It's
yeah,
okay for
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so guys, any question, anything, you can hit him up on Twitter. His DM is open just for this reason. You can also invite your friends, and you can also give us you can tweet about us so that more people will follow and will reach a very great amount of people in lesser time. Mind you, our vision is to have a cybersecurity conference. We replicate DEFCON in Nigeria, and people like in likes of Shamar can come and give us a mind-blowing presentation. Thank you so very much, guys.
Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah,
everyone. I had fun
yeah,
doing
thank you.
this.
All right,
Right.
thank you, sir.
Bye.
Uh, Bye.